In prison, I learned that sometimes things work out better when they don't go your way. I never thought that before I went to prison. I was so stubborn and determined to get my way. And when I got to prison, I had an attorney reach out to me and say, hey, your case was a bunch of garbage. Bankers and everyone else were involved and they really did you dirty. I got a 7-year prison sentence for real estate fraud. And he's like, I will file an appeal pro bono and I'm confident that you will get out within a couple of years. So he filed the appeal, and 2 years in, my husband called and said, the appeal has been denied. I was heartbroken, devastated. I remember my husband saying, do you want me to have him refile it? And I said, no, Chad, I'm laying down my weapons of war. I'm tired of fighting. And that's when I really made a decision to take ownership of my crime and start to rebuild something new. So in that case, as heartbreaking as it was, for me, it was important to take ownership. I remember thinking, it's just a righteous desire. I want to go home to my children. But in the end, I became a better version of myself because of the extra time I did to go home to my children. The second time things didn't go my way, this was really tough. So I did 4 years at higher security prisons, and then they sent me to a prison camp at the end of my sentence in California. And when I got to the camp, the counselor called me in and she said, hey, Louder, you've done every program, you're prepared, you've done the time. We're going to send you home a few months early to a halfway house where you can connect with your family, start to work, get a job, and all of that. I was excited. Called my husband. My son was graduating high school. I was going to be back in time for that. And then 2 days before they planned to send me home, they called me back in and said, we're going to keep you an extra 3 months. Devastation doesn't even begin to describe the way I felt. I went to the chapel every day just in tears, praying, please. And then I had the strongest impression that I had a purpose on this earth, and that even that experience was part of my purpose, and that no matter what, I wasn't leaving prison a victim, that I got to decide how I responded to that situation. And I made the most of that 3 months, that last 3 months in prison, and I came home from prison happy, joyous, and free.